Hey, welcome back to Perkins Garage. Um, Giving you a little update on the motor. Well, what we've done so far. So, I don't know if I mentioned before about getting the 350 for it or not. So that's what we did. So obviously, you know about the 305 beat up pistons. I got a plan for that now. I'm just gonna pull the pistons out. It's a standard bore 305. It's like 3.737 or something like, I can't remember. 735. I don't know. Anyway, I measured those, and they come out to be standard bore. So I'm just gonna get a set of pistons for it. Pull those out. The cylinder walls look all right. The dings on the heads look minimal, so I'm just gonna leave it like that and see if it runs. I'm thinking about getting an engine run stand. I'll talk about that later. But yeah, so that's the plan with that. Least amount of money possible to get it running and see what happens. Did pick up a 305, or sorry, 350. It wasn't in the greatest shape, so I'll show you that now. 305 for Fred, square body. Just not gonna cut it, so I picked up a 350. I'm gonna get this out of the back of my truck. It's in the engine cradle. Set that on the ground. Swap the intake over because it's got the hookup for the cherry picker with the carb plate. Throw it on the 305. Set that gently on the ground. Pick up the 350. Put it on the engine stand, and then yeah, throw the 305 in the cradle and set them off to the side. For now, we're gonna do a tear down on the 350, and I'll show you the numbers on it and all that. But I recently switched companies, employer, so my cherry picker is now holding a bunch of my tools until Monday. So I gotta take all that stuff off of there now and get it out and get it ready. So, and for some reason my garage light is doing Stranger Things. Now it doesn't want to flicker. Oh, there. Oh. So somebody must be in the upside down right now. Yeah, my wife makes me watch Stranger Things. So, all right, I'm gonna get the cherry picker out, get this turd out, get that turd on the floor, put that turd on the engine stand. Sound like a plan? All right, here we go. Ouch! Oh, that hurt! Oh. I ran over my pinky toe. Just like that. Think, bug. What'd you go up so far for? It's my dog. Pinky toe. Sure. All right. Yep. Hey! You stay back. I want that falling on you. Not moving. Come on down. There she is. So this is the intake off the 305. I just used that so I could bolt it on and get it out. They are 882 heads. I'll have to look that up. There it is, 3970010. That's the block. So apparently this is a sought after block, from what I've read in the comments. Not sure the exact years. If you guys know the exact year of the 010 block, let me know. I don't know if they came out in the 60s and were actually in the Camaros back then. I think the 202 heads were like original LT1 heads, so those are sought after, and that's what the guy had on it before. So, all right, so I'm gonna swap the intake over to the 305 and get that off the engine stand and lay it down for now, and then unbolt this and get this up on the engine stand. So do that right now. Oh, maximum effort. Go. He's out. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna set it. That should be fine. There's a block of wood underneath it. Always keep a block of wood in your shop. You never know when you might need one. Perfect. Okay, that's it on the ground. I'm going to take the bracket off for the engine stand, bolt it onto the 350, get that put on the engine stand, and then take the intake, put that back on the 350 so I can hoist it up. So, here we go. My wife keeps on sending me TikTok videos, and I don't have TikTok on this phone, so she's hilarious. All right, see you in a minute. Get the engine stand. I need my pin. What do I do with my pin? Okay. That. You over there. You need to be over there. Let's just set you down and slide you off. How about that? Slides nicely. I was ready to lose my toes. Oh yeah, there we go. Got it. All right, so this thing still has water or antifreeze in it. This is the green crap that it was spewing out on my floor. So remind me not to spin it over without putting a pan underneath it this time like I did with that one. So, all right, I'm gonna get the 305, put it on the engine cradle, and get this one over in the corner, and I'll start pulling parts. I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight. My son kind of wanted to tear into this, and it's got a big mouse nest in it that we gotta clean out too, so I might wait to do that. So I'm gonna put the 305 in the engine cradle and be done with that for now. So, all right, stay tuned for engine disassembly and then showing what's in it. All right, so probably about 2 seconds ago or a second ago, we got the 350 on the engine stand. I got my boy out here with me. We're going to, well, show you what's inside it. We're going to clean it out and we're going to tear it down and see what we're dealing with. I already got one head off. I kind of know what's going on this side. Once we get it tore down, I'll show you what all's going on. there is some vertical scarring, but he might do some honing on it. So yeah, we're gonna go to town here. All right, so this is what we're dealing with. This was all sitting open, so I knew this is how it looked when I bought the motor. Yeah, mice have been in here. So they got down into the valves and shit, and this is all surface rust. I don't like the look of that one. Not sure what's going on there. But there was some vertical scarring in this one. You can kind of feel it. You kind of get your nail on it. I can't get that nail on it, but anyway, we're going to tear the rest of it. Well, first vacuum out, and then we're going to tear the rest of it apart and see what we're dealing with on the bottom end and all that good stuff. We already drained the oil. It was sitting with oil in it. I think it has water in it still, or not water, but antifreeze. So deal with that too. So, all right. Not perfect, but all right. Gonna take this other head off, and there's only a couple bolts holding it on. And then we're going to take the water pump off, take the front pulley off, and yeah, flip it around. Yeah.
That could be fun.
All right.
Put antifreeze, anti-cat.
Be fine.
Big one. Oh.
Stand back.
Oh.
It's on a pin over here. There we go.
There's quite a bit of rust in there.
Yeah, I have that.
This one's
These all look pretty even. The head's, well, that one doesn't look quite even, but.
yeah.
Huh?
Pretty corroded with surface rust.
Well, it's been sitting for a while.
That one has too.
Not as long as this one. Junk.
That's bad too.
It's junk. It's not bad. So this is what we're dealing with. So all these pistons are numbered per their cylinder. So that's a 2, 4, 6, and 8. He said he had different pistons in it. He said they were smaller. They don't look small.
They don't look.
So I don't know.
They look like they fit it perfectly.
There was one that the number 7 had some vertical scarring on it, and I'll show you that quick.
This one? I can see.
Yeah, watch your feet.
I can kind of see a line in there. This one?
There's a line in there. So you can see those at the top. So I didn't see any damage on the head. Focus. So I don't know if we can hone that out. It's not that deep. But I think the best thing to do for this would be to take it to the machine shop and have them clean this up. I don't know if I'd be able to. Probably have to deck it. And that's about it. And I'll do the honing on the cylinders. So, all right, we're going to continue on with the tear down.
This full engine one is down in the process. I must scrape all of this stuff off of it. And put on all of this. just grease. Is that grease?
There you go. Give it a little whack. Just like that. Water pump extracto. Get it? There you go. Sealing on that one.
I'm gonna pull it off.
Yeah, the pulley should come off. There you go. And you go set that with the other
Pulley.
junk parts. I not have anything in there. How do I want to do this? This way, I guess. Is that antifreeze?
Yeah.
Where's it going?
Oh, these holes.
What?
So warm.
Get a bucket underneath it.
Why is it coming out there? Some of the holes for it to come out? That's great.
Oh, it's coming out of the... I thought it was a cylinder. It's coming out of water holes.
It's coming out all of them.
Yeah. It's not gonna end up being all of them. Those are the water jackets for... See how the bolt holes are going through the... next to the cylinder wall?
Mm-hmm.
That's what cools your cylinder wall.
Mm.
At least it's green, not just water.
There's some water in it. Until.
How can you tell?
The ink freezing more of a do. Huh? Okay.
Push the bucket back.
Hmm?
Can you get the drain pan? Leave that one there, get the drain pan and put it back where this one's dripping. Right across it. No more. Here you go. Alright, here we go. Oh shit! You're fine. You're fine. Just stay out from underneath it. I can't hold it much longer. Make sure that bucket stays under it.
What was that?
Try to lift her. Yep.
Well, that's what I agree and do.
Make sure the bucket stays under it. Fine.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going all the way. Like that.
A little bit of cat on the floor. Not much.
Fine. Fucking 2-bolt main. This is nasties.
Ew.
I don't know how much of that is
There's a centipede in there.
mice getting in there. Is it alive?
No. Looks like it inhaled too much oil.
Oh, that looks familiar.
That's in here. Great.
In here. Alright, so it's not looking, it's almost looking like that 305, but at least this is something I would rather rebuild. Like I said, that one I'm just going to throw pistons at it and send it down its merry way. That thing was definitely cleaner on the inside, on the top end. So this is what we're dealing with. It's a lot of sludge. But I'm definitely more comfortable rebuilding this. I'm kind of upset that it's on a 4-bolt main. I was hoping that would cheer me up at least to build a 4-bolt main instead of a 2-bolt main. But whatever, it is what it is. We're gonna pull the. We're not really set up to pull the pistons out right now, but we can. I suppose we can. And I think I'm gonna have to get a call into Pakes, send this one into them, and have them clean it up. They should be able to save it, I would think. Probably have them bore it 30 over, make it 355. So, all right, we're gonna clean the pan up and look at what we're gonna do with the pistons, and then stay tuned. I'll probably show you the teardown of the pistons, see what the cylinder walls look like. All right, so as you can see, the 350. Well, I actually have it all tore apart now. Besides, the crank is still in it, the cam is still in it. Cylinder walls were scored up. I pulled the pistons out, bearings were torched, but the crank still looks good. So I think what I can do with that is polish a crank, rods and pistons, bearings, new bearings. The lifters all look good; they're not cupped, so the cam should be fine. Should be fine. So I think what I'm going to do is just hone that out, get pistons, rods, rings, all that good stuff. That's a standard board, it hasn't been bored out. I measured that. And I'm going to get a new timing set because the gear looks like it's kind of worn, but it looks newer, which is weird. Somebody had definitely been in there. It basically just looks like a high miles 350, 2-bolt main. Nothing wrong with that. And I'm gonna get a rebuild kit for it. And from what I've been researching, you can get them anywhere from $200 to $400 complete rebuild kit. I'm not throwing a bunch of money at it. It's just gonna be a driver. Anyway, and that's the plan with it. I'll get you in here and show you what I'm talking about with. So I got scarring on the cylinders, vertical scarring. I can think of that. I'll clean out with the hone. It's really not much to look at, but I'll show you anyway. So there's some surface rust that'll clean up. You can see the crank is in there still. You can see that vertical scarring though. So I've got to get a crosshatch on it again. Should be able to fix that with some honing. Like I said, I left the cam in there, the crank's still in there. This is the timing gear. And you can see it's been chewed on. So that's interesting. So like I said, I'm going to get a rebuild kit for it. That's the motor I want to use in Fred. And I'm I am planning on getting a engine run stand because I want to run that thing before I put it in the truck just to make sure it's good. I also want to run that 305 and see what it sounds like and what I can do with it. We went to Jefferson swap meet yesterday. Jefferson, Wisconsin has 2 swap meets every year, spring and fall. It's always a mud pit. It's also a car show. Not a lot of cars really show up to that one, but it's a fun time to go to. It's always hit or miss with the weather. Quite a few decent cars showed up there. I didn't get any videos of that or whatever. My son and I were there just kind of looking for parts for Hanky Panky here and Fred, and got some valve covers. The tall ones too, so those will go on the 350 when we're done. But that was about it. That was the only deal we really got. I think we got paid like $50. Those things are basically brand new. I think you can get them. You could probably get them brand new for like $80 to $100. So a little bit of a deal. I didn't even finagle with them. So didn't find anything for the Chevelle. I was kind of trying to look for a radio, but I want to do a Bluetooth radio. I'm gonna have to go aftermarket with that for the Chevelle. Most of the body panels there were for the 81 and newer trucks, so they wouldn't fit on Fred. And I also have a buddy that's got a 76 K25, so it's a GMC 3/4 ton that he wants to get going on. So we'll throw some videos in on that once he wants to get that thing pulled out and start working on it. He was there looking at some parts. So yeah, that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share. One of the things I want to do with the engine run stand is my buddy that's got that other square body. His boss is the owner of Porter Muffler. So I saw something about it in Vice Grip Garage. He was using them on, I think, the Duster he tried to set. And I might get some headers or whatever and throw some exhaust on an engine run stand and just see how they sound. So we'll see what happens with that. Be kind of cool. I told him to get me some stickers so I can promote his exhaust. So anyway, yeah, like, subscribe, share the hell out of it, and we'll try to see you next week. I don't know what I'm doing this week. I haven't really filmed much, so maybe we'll see you next week. Maybe we'll see you the following week. So stay tuned.